So labor costs will be washed out of the scenario. So for the last 300 years, we've been spending as much time and energy and money to wring the production process, to get every little drop out of this production process. That's the industrial age. How does that compare to the knowledge age? Well, the knowledge age has two absolutely different things than the industrial age. First of all, in the knowledge age, we're no longer spending all our time and energy in the production process, building all of our knowledge into the production of this thing. We're starting to put knowledge into that thing itself. Now, maybe when I'm talking about a pen, it may not seem obvious to you how we're building knowledge into this pen. But one time, only 6 months ago, I was making this exact same example, and I was in a class in Switzerland. And as I just said, we're building knowledge into the product itself. All of a sudden, the light in the room changed. And I was taken aback. And I said, what caused that? And somebody referenced me to the blinds that were intelligent blinds. We all know the thermometer in the room tries to maintain the temperature at whatever we set it, so plus or minus a degree, maybe variation. Well, in Switzerland, in this particular hotel, they had intelligent blinds that would keep the ambient light in the room at about the same. If the sun came out, the blinds dampened down. If the sun went behind a cloud, they'd open up again. That's building intelligence into the product. Okay, so for 300 years, we've been building intelligence into the production process. Now we're starting to put intelligence into the products themselves. Let me give you one last example before we take our break, which I think we're just about right on time. In the industrial age, we've wrung out, how much more can I squeeze this pen? If I was a $6 million man or whatever is your character over there for somebody who's really strong who can squeeze something, King Kong maybe, just saw that movie last night. If I was King Kong, I could probably squeeze this and get 1 or 2 more drops out of it. That's the industrial age. Compared to a solid product like this, think of the knowledge age as a huge sponge. And I almost need to have one here. You know what a sponge is. I've asked my wife to get me one, but she always comes back with these manufactured ones that are just square and they look a lot like, industrial age product. I'd like to have one of these natural sponges that come right out of the ocean, this huge, ugly looking thing. And you can imagine the amount of liquid that sponge can hold. Well, the industrial age, we squeeze as hard as we can to get 1 or 2 drops. In the knowledge age, we have this huge sponge just soaking with productivity improvement. Just poke your finger at it, and you can get more productivity improvement than you can out of this stuff. What if you could get a real squeeze on that sponge? Well, that's what knowledge age is all about, getting a squeeze on that huge sponge, just ripe for squeezing. And you squeeze that huge sponge, I'd have to step back from the table here because I'd be soaking wet with all the productivity. One of the games we play in class, or exercises, is what kinds of things could we do to squeeze that sponge? And I'm going to break now, let you think about that, because the bottom line is some of the things that we can do to squeeze that sponge cost nothing. And I don't care whether you make $100,000 or $1 million or $85 million as British Petroleum did or $775 million as Ford Motor Company did over 5 years. If you can create benefit with no cost to do it, what is your return on investment? Any mathematicians in the group? Chennai, you're waving your head. You know, what's the answer, Chennai?
Infinite.
Infinite, that's right. Now, who wouldn't like to invest? Wouldn't it be nice if you could put your retirement funds in an investment that returned close to infinite return? Well, that's the reality of the knowledge age. There are things that we can do that essentially cost nothing but can have substantial improvement, and that's an infinite return on investment. Even if we back off from infinite, it's still going to be a lot better than most investments we can make in the industrial age. So I think we're just about at our 1-hour break time. On our schedule, we have about 15 minutes to get a glass of water or whatever else, chat amongst yourselves, get to know each other. I guess most of you in the various countries know each other already, but you do whatever you want. Okay, we're 5 minutes beyond. We're going to take about 10-minute break then. We'll be my little example ran 10 minutes instead of 5, so I see us as being 5 minutes past our break time. So we will just take a 10-minute break if that's manageable. We'll try to get back in here by 15 after. 16 or 17 we can live with. But let's not make it much longer than that because there's a lot more material to cover in the second session, and I appreciate your attention. Harriet, did you have a closing word for this session?
Yes, we did have a very preliminary introduction, but we are going to send everyone who's participated their names and emails so people can then, this can become a kind of a group and they can stay in touch. The systems will all be on if people want to stay on and interact between any of the city locations during the break. They're welcome to do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hyderabad. Go ahead.
We are from Hyderabad, and we are not coming onto the screen. Our picture is not coming onto the screen.
Okay, you don't worry because we can see you. I mean, everybody can see Hyderabad, but you will be
Yeah,
able
I
to
can see you
us.
down there.
Yeah, others can see you. You may not see yourself.
You can see yourself in the picture in picture.
Yeah, Hyderabad,
okay.
I can see you. I can see you saying yes, raising your hand.
Right,
Yep,
right.
I see you guys. So be careful
Thanks,
what you do
brother.
down there.
Okay, everybody knows it's not over.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So we'll see you all in about 10 minutes. We'll see you all in
Right.
about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are not shutting down, so it's on. So if somebody wants to exchange thoughts and ideas
Yeah.
across
But if you're
various
saying
cities-
something about Douglas, then you should not be in his
Doug,
room.
I'm going to turn my mic off too.
Now, you should also not be in the VC room, Douglas, because we folks might be discussing things you said and about you.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll turn my mute off too, so I can talk about you guys, not raising your hand. Okay, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.